What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's look, I wanted to do a Golden Goddess Festival Glam makeup. So this is makeup that you could wear to a festival, or you could wear really anywhere else you really want to. Like, nobody's judging over here. I'm definitely not. At the end, I'm going to show you a glitter that you could put all over your body if you wanted, or on your highlight of your cheek. I didn't do it for this look because I wanted it to be more of a comfortable look, especially if you've never worn as much makeup as this before or you're not comfortable with it. So that's sort of why I wanted to start off with that. So if you want to see how I achieved this makeup look right here, then just keep watching because we're gonna get started. All right, so I already did my brows to save time in this video because I know this is going to take a long time. Don't let the no foundation scare you. I think for this type of look, especially since we're going to be using glitter and some dark shadows, that I did not want to have my foundation on because I know there's going to be fallout. I know I'm going to have to wipe away some glitter. So I do have concealer around my eye, and we're also using a piece of tape. I want you guys to notice that I'm not putting it right up to the corner of my eye. I'm putting it just a bit below so that we can have a nice blending kind of smoked out look. I don't want it to be too sharp around the edges. It still will be a little bit sharp, but just so that you guys know, that's how I'm doing it. For this look, I am using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill original palette. So it's a big palette from her, and we're gonna go in with the shade Silk Cream, which is up at the top here. It's upside down, but you guys understand. I'm using this palette for this look because I feel like it's very high chance that a lot of you have this palette, and I'm going in with a Sigma E40 brush first. So I'm gonna start right in my crease, and I'm just going to use patting motions. This look is going to be time consuming. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's time consuming. So it's going to involve a lot of patting and building up the color. So right now I'm focusing it on the crease and I'm rounding it out. And we're just blending that up towards the brow bone, and we're going to kind of like blend it out towards the tape. Now we're going to move on with the shade Buns right here. I'm taking a fluffy but a little bit more condensed Morphe blending brush. And this I'm going to stick tight to my crease at first, but we will end up kind of blending it out a bit. But I'm just using small patting motions so that I can get the shape that I'm looking for. I'm also going to pat that color onto the outer corner. I'm going to take a Sigma E41 brush and go back into that Silk Cream shade to help blend these two shades together. I like this brush because it gets right into the fine details, and it stays basically where you place it, so it works really well for blending out tightly. I may also go in back with my E40 and just help blend a little bit more. Very lightly using a light hand. And then going back into Buns with the Morphe brush, I'm just gonna keep building up that color until I feel like it's at the level of darkness that I'm looking for. All right, now going in with the shade Mocha right here. I'm gonna take that same Morphe brush and I'm gonna focus this on the outer corner as well as tighter to the crease. So it's the same thing, just a lot of patting, a lot of blending. Try to keep it as rounded as you can too. Now I'm going to go back in with my Sigma E41 brush and back into Buns, and I'm going to just sort of try to blend those colors together as lightly as possible. And then back with the E40 with a little bit of Silk Cream and just sort of rounding that out a bit. Now I'm going to go in with Central Park, which is right here. I'm taking a Sigma E55 brush to do so, and I'm going to focus this on the outer corner. I'm going to pat this on. Then I'm going to take the Morphe blending brush and I'm going to go back into Mocha and just blend those edges nicely together. And then finally I'm going to go into Soda Pop, which is the shade right here. And I'm taking a smaller, like flatter Morphe brush. It does not have a name, unfortunately, so there's not much I can tell you there. And this, I'm again just focusing it on the outer corner and into the crease. And I know everything looks crazy right now. It will eventually, it will turn out, trust me. I'm going to take the fluffier Morphe blending brush with a mix of Mocha and Central Park to round this out a bit more using a very light hand. Then taking a little bit more of the Bun shade and the E41 brush, I'm just going to again round this out and blend. Alright, so now I'm going to use my Doll 10 Beauty Hydralux concealer. I know it's shocking that I'm not using my Shape Tape, but that's what I used for this yesterday when I did this look, so I wanted to do the exact same thing. Taking this very, very small, almost concealer-like brush from Morphe. Again, it does not have a name, but this is typically what I do my cut creases with. So when you do a cut crease, you want to go in really slow, and I usually start at where I want it to be the highest. Now you can go ahead and fill it in. So what I'm going to do first is take the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Here We Go Again. It's just a really pretty gold foily shade, and I'm going to place that all over where I put the concealer. And how I like to apply that first is with my finger, and then to get into the fine details we will move on with the brush. But first I just think it's easiest to use your finger to pat it on and build up that color. And then to get into like all the little creases and stuff that you can't reach with your finger, it's like flat like that. And we just are gonna build up that color as much as possible. Alright, next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Colourpop Cosmetics Puffin Gliterally Obsessed Jelly Glitter. This stuff is so freaking awesome. I love the formula of this, and this is going to take this look to a whole nother level. So what I start doing is, again, I use my finger to at least put the initial glitter on, but I love this because you know how like normal glitters you have to put a glitter glue down and it's so much more time consuming. This, you just pat it right on top and then it dries in place. So you have a lot less glitter fallout than you do with like a loose glitter and glitter glue. So I got a good coverage there, but what I want to do is take an angle brush to get right up into the crease to cut that out a little bit. So I'm going to take a good amount of that glitter and place it up near the crease. And I want to make sure this is like really glittery and really stands out, so I'm just going to place a little bit more on there. Alright, I'm going to take the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in Thimble, and because it has a nice like golden tint to it, I'm going to highlight the brow bone just a bit. It's so pretty. Okay, so now I've peeled away the tape and I've tried to clean up, you know, under the eyes as much as possible. And so now I'm going to take the Colourpop liquid liner in Numero Uno. This is an insane liquid liner. This is actually my first week trying it and I can't believe how much I like it. So I'm gonna create a small wing, but I'm first gonna line my lash line just a bit. Okay, I just raved about this liner and now it's like playing me hard. Alright, so I did my mascara off camera just to save time. So now we're moving on to the face. And for this, I'm going to use the Becca Evermatte Poreless Primer just for my T-zone, because when I think of festival makeup, I think of really glowing skin, a lot of glitter, and I mean a lot. So I'm just focusing this in my T-zone. So right in the forehead and my pores right here that tend to get really oily, and a little bit on my chin, and that's all I do for this primer. I just want to focus it in the T-zone. I want to keep the center of the face matte as possible. And then what I'm going to use is the Becca, what is this, Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid. So this I'm gonna take just like a pump of, and I'm gonna focus this only on the places that I'm gonna highlight my skin. So like right here, and all of these are places I did not put the other primer. So right here I have a lot of this. I don't even know if I'm going to use all of this. It's probably too much for a pump. I'm also going to place it up here where the light hits, on the tip of my nose a little bit, maybe right here. But yeah, we just want to rub that in nicely. So next for foundation, since I'm in between spray tans right now, I'm going to do a mix of my Doll 10 Doll Skin Anti-Stress Relief Skin Protector. This is in shade medium, but I'm going to mix it with my Urban Decay 2.0 All Nighter Foundation, because this is pretty light, but it's a little bit too light for what my skin is right now. So I'm going to do the majority of the Urban Decay since my skin is on the lighter side, but I'm gonna add a little tiny bit of the Doll 10 foundation. So maybe just like half a pump of that. I'm gonna take my beauty blender for this look. I'm mixing them together on my wrist. Hopefully this matches enough. Now it's gonna oxidize, so it's a little light right now, but it will oxidize a tad darker, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm gonna be bronzing my skin anyway. So I'm just gonna apply this all over the skin. So next what I want to do is do a little bit of concealer. This is not going to be a very contoured look because I don't really feel like festival. For this look, I guess, is I want to focus on the skin and being really nice and glowy. So I'm using the Doll 10 Hydralux concealer in their light shade. And I'm just placing this under my eyes, maybe just like a little bit in the center. But it's not going to be super crazy or super contoured. So I'll just take a beauty blender and blend that out as nice as I can. I like this shade because it's not overly bright. The Tarte concealer that I have is like more fair, and I'm not trying to be super contoured like I said. So I just like to have a little bit of brightness under my eyes just to, you know, help with the baggage. And then I'm going to take the tiniest amount of translucent powder just to set under my eyes. I don't want to bake anything. I just want to set my T-zone area so that it doesn't get too oily throughout the day for this look. Just enough so that it is smoothing out the pores and giving an extra layer for my oils to come through. Now I'm going to take the Laura Mercier translucent glow powder, and what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to take a Sigma F03 highlighter brush, and just in the places where you see that glow coming through, I'm taking this and I'm just placing it where the same spots where we put that glow underneath so that it can help it come through a little bit. I love this powder because it's a setting powder, but it has that nice glow to it. So it makes your skin look so healthy. Now I'm going to do a tiny bit of a buildup of a little bit of bronzer. So I'm going to go in with the Benefit Hoola Light Bronzer first. And I'm taking my Sigma F05 brush. And I'm just going to start really lightly on right under my cheekbone and build that up a little. Now just to darken it up a little bit more, I'm going to go into the Original Benefit Hoola bronzer with the same brush, but I'm going to focus that just slightly more towards the outer side than the inner side of my face. Just around like the borders a bit, nothing too crazy. I want to add slightly more bronze to the face, so I'm using the Ofra Francesca Tolot Gilded palette, and I'm taking the shade right here, which I believe is called Bisque, and just a little bit of it to like stipple to add something to the cheek, just a tiny bit, nothing crazy, just a little bit. We don't need to go like heavy-handed. And then to save time off camera, I'm going to do the Eylure Luxe Cashmere number 6 lashes, and then we will continue with finishing off the eyes. All right, so now that my lashes are on, we're gonna go in and I'm gonna take my Sigma Wicked Gel Liner and I'm going to line the lower waterline, because I feel like when you do a smokier eye like this, you want to make sure that you have some nice black going on. Otherwise, it's too disconnected to me. So I'm just taking, this is an Eylure angle brush. I don't know why I chose this one. It's the first one that I saw that was like clean and ready to use, I guess. So I'm gonna take this along my waterline, and I feel like it stays in place pretty well. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to go back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm taking the shade Soda Pop, which was the darkest shade that we took for the outer corner, and I'm taking a flat definer brush, it looks like that, and I'm just going to very closely line my lower lash line. I'm going to stop at about there because personally I have very rounded eyes, so I don't want to make them any more round than they are. So it'll be just like that, and you see how much more connected everything looks once you kind of round it out at the bottom. And then last step for the eyes is to add some mascara. So I'm going to add the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. I'm going to do this off camera because we don't need to see me for 10 seconds apply this. We just don't. All right, we're going to finish off this look with lips. So what I'm going to do is my very favorite lip liner, which is the Doll 10 Hydralux lip liner in their shade Star. Then I'm going to take the Kylie Cosmetics Nova lipstick. I love this for True Nude. This is just such a pretty color. And then finally, I'm going to top it with the Buxom Ariana. This is the Plumping lip polish, but it's got like, it's gold, which I think would be really cool with this look. So I'm gonna place that over top. So this is pretty much the look that I would wear to a festival, and then I'd wear some really cool headpiece or something, and I think that would be really cool. If you wanted to take it a step further, you could take that Puffin jelly, and I did it in an Instagram photo. I'm going to place it right here, and all you would do is literally you can use your finger because it is this jelly, and you could tap it along your cheek and it just goes on really nice. So like you could rub that all over your body and just be like this gorgeous golden goddess if you wanted. I'm not personally going to add this to my face because I have a lot of other things I have to do today. I'm really sorry, but I don't want to walk around with glitter all over my face all day. So easy to use though. You could see how I just rubbed it right on my skin, and there it is. There's no glue needed. So you could literally just take it and rub it along the highlight of your face, or all over your chest or your shoulders, whatever you really feel like for that look. You do you, your golden goddess. So that's it for this video. I hope that it was easy to follow along and to enjoy. Of course, you can wear this really anywhere else you want to. I just thought it would be a cool festival look. I love all the gold. Adding that body glitter all over would be amazing. Like I said, I'm not doing it today. I'm really sorry. I have so much to do, but thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoy makeup tutorials, give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.